Welcome to a new video of Science to Go. Today we're going to talk about seismology. What is seismology? Seismology is the scientific study of earthquakes and seismic waves that move through and around the Earth. The Earth can be divided into four compositional layers: the crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. Convection currents are generated as parts of the Earth's cooling process. Heat rises and escapes into the surface and cool materials sink. Convection currents exert push and pull forces that break the lithosphere, and this forms tectonic plates, which are the plates that make up the surface of the Earth. The lithosphere is the rigid outer part of the Earth, consisting of the crust and upper mantle. Here we can see a simulation of how the Earth formed 200 million years ago. Plates break apart and move around, arranging themselves into the continents that we know today. Here we can see an earthquake simulation. It starts by pressing the green button. A person needs to stand on the platform, which simulates the tectonic plate, and then it starts to move. In the background we can also see how the things fall apart. An earthquake is caused by a sudden slip on a fault. The tectonic plates are always slowly moving, but they are stuck at their edges due to friction. When the stress on the edge overcomes the friction, there is an earthquake that releases energy in waves that travel through the Earth's crust and cause the shaking that we feel. Earthquakes rupture the active boundaries of tectonic plates. They grind past, under, and away from each other. At transform boundaries, plates slide past each other and form strike-slip faults. A convergent plate boundary is when two plates move towards each other and one goes under the other plate. This can produce volcanic activity, trenches, earthquakes, and mountains. Example of this is the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, the lowest point in Earth's oceans. Divergent plate boundaries are when two plates move away from each other. They initially produce rifts, which eventually become into rift valleys. Seismic waves are waves of energy that travel through the Earth's layers and are a result of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, magma movement, large landslides, and others. They are the energy that travels through the Earth. There are many types of seismic waves. The two main types are body waves and surface waves. Body waves can travel through any medium or any layer of the Earth. Surface waves can only travel along the surface of the planet like ripples on water. There are two types of body waves. One of them is the P wave or primary wave. It is a compressional body wave. It compresses and expands the particles it moves through in the Earth. The second type of body wave is the S wave or secondary wave. It travels through the interior of the Earth with a shearing motion, but unlike the P wave, it cannot travel through liquids. There are also two types of surface waves. The first one is the Rayleigh wave. They have energy that causes the ground to roll up and down like water waves on the ocean. The second type of surface wave is the Love wave. They move the ground from side to side. They are similar to S waves but can have a larger amplitude. A seismograph is an instrument that responds to ground motions, such as caused by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and explosions. Make a hole in the top of the shoebox, leaving 1 inch from each side. Also make a slit in the bottom so that paper can go through. Make a chain with rubber bands and put a marker in the center. Richter scale is a magnitude scale used to measure the strength of earthquakes. You can also calculate the magnitude by using logarithm base 10 times the maximum amplitude of the wave in microns. In the equation, V equals wave speed, F frequency, and lambda is equals to wavelength. To find the seismic wave's wave speed, you need to multiply the frequency times the wavelength. Wave speed is measured in meters per second, lambda in meters, and frequency in hertz. Earthquakes, a sudden and violent shaking of the ground, sometimes causing great destruction as a result of movements within the Earth's crust or volcanic action. We can better understand seismic waves by conducting seismological research. As much as we know about earthquakes, there is still much to learn.